A PDF of additional material accompanies this program. Simon & Schuster Audio presents Climate Justice: What Rich Nations Owe the World and the Future by Cass Sunstein. Read by Byron Wagner. Introduction. Everyone knows, or should know, that climate change is helping to create horrors: flooding, wildfire, extreme heat, drought, and much more. What such words do not adequately capture are the concrete harms: deaths, illnesses, losses of jobs, income, and opportunity, fear, stress, and sometimes terror. Pictures would do much better. Figures 1, 2, 3, and 4 show a few. While no one is immune from the risks of climate change, some people and some nations are far more vulnerable than others. People in Pakistan face greater risks than do people in Canada. People in Afghanistan are much more vulnerable than are people in Sweden. People in Chad are much more vulnerable than are people in Germany. People in Somalia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Nigeria, and Ethiopia are much more vulnerable than are people in France, Denmark, and the United States. It is also clear that some nations have contributed far more to the problem of climate change than others. The United States wins the prize for all-time greatest contributor. China is, by far, the greatest annual contributor. It follows that people in some countries will experience untold suffering, and that people in other nations are largely responsible for that. As of this writing, the world's top 5 emitters are the United States, China, Russia, Brazil, and India. Since 1990, their emissions have been estimated, on one account, to have produced a staggering $6 trillion in income losses, which is comparable to 11% of the annual global gross domestic product. Let us pause over that estimate without necessarily crediting it. Whatever we think of any particular set of numbers, no one doubts that the largest emitters are mostly responsible for the losses. Importantly, the distribution of those losses is highly unequal. A disproportionate amount is borne by low-income, low-emitting countries. The high-emitting countries have gained a lot from their emitting activities and have lost relatively less. How should we think about that? Here is my starting point. Each person should be counted equally.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?